Hi everyone, my name is Jana Ababneh, and thanks to Gallatin, I got to go home to Amman, Jordan, the city where I was born and bred for the summer, to work with Save the Children Jordan. Save the Children Jordan is an organization that's fighting for children's rights to play, children's rights to go to school, and children's right to be safe and to have shelter. And the number one thing that I learned at my time with Save the Children is how intersectional our human rights are. When working with Save the Children, the primary focus of my topic was children who are victims of child labor. As I'm researching labor organization and labor rights here in my master's at NYU, I was really interested in child labor's role in the workplace and the specific challenges that they faced. What I learned is that the children who are working in the streets and recycling plants and in the factories of Jordan are largely not placed there by human traffickers, as I had assumed before I implemented my project, but are actually mostly placed there by their families, up to 90%, in fact. 1 in every 4 children in Jordan is a victim of child labor. And that's just statistics from 2016 and hasn't been updated since. So I was really interested in diving more into the research, and that meant interviewing children themselves as well as their guardians and finding out more about the situations that they were in. And their stories broke my heart. I learned that child labor wasn't just statistics. I got to talk to these kids and find out what their actual concerns were. I learned how backbreakingly painful it is to carry recycled cans in waste management facilities in Jordan. I learned how some girls, after starting their periods, ended up dropping out of school and as a result ended up starting child labor. I also learned how hard it is to stop participating in child labor once you've started and once your family has began to rely on you for their livelihoods and for their income. The framework of international human rights is deeply flawed in a lot of ways that we've explored over the spring. And a lot of the kids themselves that I talked to were critics of human rights in and of their own. They were politically aware enough to know about the genocide in Gaza. They had opinions about the funders of Save the Children Jordan. They had a lot of opinions about different things and kind of challenged me to question the presumptions I'd had of kids as kind of a blank state upon which human rights could be bestowed, right? Like kids are the perfect victims because in a lot of ways, they're assumed to lack agency. And I found out by talking to them that it wasn't the case. And I'm really grateful for the experience that I've had this summer. The work that I've had this summer has also elucidated to me how intersectional all of our rights are. A lot of the parents of kids who were child laborers were disabled or in prison. And that makes my mission of abolition all the more clear to me, and it makes clear to me the connections between my own research on the impact of COVID, a mass disabling event, on labor rights and human rights in the Middle East in the aftermath of the 2020 pandemic. So, like I said before, I'm really grateful for Gallatin for giving me the opportunity to go home and ask these questions and learn from these kids. And I hope to continue my work with Save the Children beyond my fellowship. Thank you so much.